Welcome back to Urban Regenerative Gardening. I'll show you how to garden without buying fertilizers, pesticides, how to seed save, how to make your own compost, several different ways. Um, just overall natural, um, regenerative ways of gardening. I'm in my indoor garden this morning and kind of doing a video to update on my indoor garden. I got some lettuce there. There's some lettuce I did like a month ago. There's lettuce I transplanted last week. Last week I made this. These were individually potted, small little pots. I put them in their big pot last week, and then I did this one last week. So celery. And there's one that I did like a month ago. You can see the difference. And there's some more celery and some cabbage. This is homemade soil, so that's a regenerative aspect of this indoor garden here. And these guys I was gonna put these in my outdoor greenhouse this week, but they're not. I like them to be a little bit bigger than that before I transplant them. And then these guys next weekend, I'm gonna put these in individual pots. This is like the next generation. I do succession gardening, so when these guys are done, these guys will be coming in behind here, so I'll always have something going. So, and the celeries take a long time. That's why I got the celery started earlier. But anyways, I like to put them in little individual pots for a while, and then get some good size to them, and then put them in these big pots. I had a couple leftover celery plants here. I decided I would put them in kind of a medium-sized pot. I have room here on this shelf, so I'm going to put them up there. And I have a few different types of these medium-sized pots ready. I'm going to do, I'm using these ones because they're a little bit slightly smaller than these ones here. These are like kind of my biggest ones. So I'm going to use these ones. For the celery. I already got this one mostly planted here. I got it in place. It was really dry. I like to, when you're going to transplant something, it's easier to let these dry out a little bit. They tend to be easier to handle than if they're wet, as you can imagine. So you got to kind of water them in there. And then go ahead and finish planting. And go ahead and press in on them really good, because that way the roots are getting better contact with the new soil if you press it in. And I like to make a kind of a dip there where the plant is. That way you can do concentrated watering. And that way, I get, if you had it flat and you tried to water it and it just spilled out all over, you're going to end up filling up underneath here. I have a gap. I should show you. I put little, the bottom one doesn't have holes, and this one here has holes, that way it can drain out. And I just put, you can put anything in there to make it a gap. I just had some old PVC laying around. So I just cut them up. Just use whatever you got laying around. And you can see, I'll show you. Oops. Yeah, see it dripping. You take a drill, like a little drill bit, and drill a couple holes in it. Works out nice. These are only, well, they used to be like $1. Now they're like $1.50 or something, $2. So I'll probably end up just sliding this over. With these bigger ones, it works out nice. I can fit 2 of them in here nice and snug. And, but I didn't have enough celery to do a whole flat, so I said, well, I'll just do a couple small ones here, a couple medium-sized pots there, so that'll work. I'll put another one here and another one here on the end. This is how the indoor garden gets done. This is how you make an indoor garden. Let me know in comments if you want me to explain how I laid out all this stuff. You know how I built this, and what it costs and all that. I'll show you. I'll tell you all about it if you want me to do a video on that. So I think it's a form of prepping, you know, to have an indoor garden. So I watched a lot of those prepping shows. I'm not fully into prepping, but I'm starting to get into a little bit here and there. I want to get solar generators and things like that. And I think this indoor garden is a form of prepping. So get the next one ready here. So I usually just make a hole there for the pot. I probably put a little bit too much in there that time. You can do it different ways. You can fill it just a little way and then put it around it, but I'll do it the other way on the next one. Alright, it's hard to take it out of the pot while I'm holding the phone in my hand. So there's another one. Fun. Yeah, I enjoy this. It's pretty awesome having a garden inside. It's like 30 degrees out, maybe. Right now it's a very chilly morning, and I'm in here working on my garden, so pretty cool. I'm gonna see how I have 3 on top. I can put 3 pots, 3 of those big pots instead of just 2 like on the bottom. And then I put instead of 2 lights, like under here, there's 2 lights. I put 3 lights, and things can get taller on that top row because there's more room for it there's more space for it up there. So I don't use this top shelf for much. It's just, you can see it's not really, there's no garden stuff up there really, just some CD. So I'm gonna put 3 this winter. maybe Thanksgiving, maybe Christmas when I get extra time off. I'm gonna put 3 lights on the ceiling here. And I bought like another strip thing here. Another one of these recently. And what I need, things I need to put it together. So I'll be doing that probably next weekend. Because I got 4 days off next weekend. That'll be... That's on my mind right now because I just went and bought that stuff, so... That yesterday. That'll be then I could show you guys how I put this stuff together. That'll be fun. We've got the next one watered in there. They kind of, at first, they kind of flop, or they look like they're kind of flopping around there, but they'll stand up. They'll take root and they'll stand up straight after a couple days. My strawberries are not looking as good as I hoped, but like I'm still figuring it out. Next year I want to do a lot more strawberries. This is only the second year I tried doing strawberries, and a lot of times it'll take me 3 or 4 times before I actually, okay, that worked. The way I did that worked. So it's just kind of a trial and error type of thing. I know my soil's better this year because of the way other stuff is growing. Like this cabbage is growing way faster than, and I've done cabbage now for 3 years in a row. This year's just really taken off. I trim these and I steam them. You don't really get heads on them. I mean, you do get little heads sometimes. So it's not really about the cabbage heads. I just trim the leaves off and stems and all that and just cut them up and steam it. And it's pretty good. Pretty tasty. I used to have to save up the trimmings over like a 3-4 week period of time. They keep in the refrigerator for like over a month. Takes about over a month, they'll start to get a little limp and stuff. So like 2, 3, 4 weeks, save them up, and then steam a batch of them. The way they're growing now, I could have a batch every week easily, instead of saving them up for 3 weeks. I'll show you this. This is different. I'll show you the other way that I just mentioned to pot these out. You can just fill it a little bit, maybe a little more. Fill it maybe like a third of the way or so, and then take it out of the pot, which I have to pause it. Take it out, just set it in there like that, and then put dirt in that way around it. That's another way of doing it. So, yeah. There's a few different ways you can do this. Press it in real good. And a couple weeks ago I did a video where these are my potatoes. A little bit of a potato experiment that I'm doing. I didn't even plan on doing this, but they were popping up in my strawberry pots. They were just coming up. I'm not sure where they came from. I'm like, they look like potato plants, and they sure are. I thought, well, I started out planting these way on the bottom. You can check out some of my old videos, and you'll see my indoor garden videos. You'll see that I started these way down low into the pot, and then every couple weeks, 2 weeks ago, I added like 2 inches. You know how you're supposed to mound up dirt around your potatoes? So that's what I've been doing here, and I'm tempted to make some of these bigger ones just kind of lay down. Because what they'll do is they'll just shoot. If I bury this, they'll shoot branches up out. And they'll shoot out potatoes and stuff. Maybe. I'm hoping that's what happens. So I'll probably do that. I'll probably like lay them in different directions. That way I get it spread out more. Spread out on the pots here. So I'll do that today too. It's been 2 weeks. And I had them just barely sticking up out of the ground. You can check it out, the old videos. And the only one is like this little one there, but that one, I could probably go a couple inches. Get right to the top on that one. I see a ladybug over there. You never know where you're gonna see one. See, these guys, they got work to do over here. Actually, that one was dead. Oh well. That used to be a ladybug. Oh. This one here has got... I'm going to see how it has that's some of the root there exposed. So I'm going to put more dirt around that one. It won't do very good unless I do that. There we go. Now it's in better shape. Cover up them roots. Well, make sure you cover up roots. Press down good. Last year I had issues with my soil, and I had to kind of rethink what I do with my soil, and I did everything I could think of to make better soil this year, and I think I nailed it, because my celery last year was getting some kind of a mildew or something was happening. They were just not doing good at all. But this year I see very little signs of like sick celery looking plant. Sick looking celery plants. Okay, I said it for you. I finally got it out. All right, here. See how healthy that looks? How nice and green. See the new stalks, how nice and green they are. I'm trying to see if I can find anything. See that little bit of funkiness there? I was having that all over the place last year. This year, I've seen little pieces of it here and there. Alright, here's a tiny bit of what I'm trying to talk about. I think, yeah. Just a little bit of discoloring, but they would be way worse than that last year. Trying to see if I can find any that are doing what they were doing last year. I really don't. That's a good problem to have. I can't show you what was happening last year. But this is a really healthy looking batch here. I can put sleeves on these and make them get, what they'll do is if you put the sleeve on there, they'll get tall. That's probably something I'll do next weekend. I got a long weekend. But there is a ladybug. And this one's alive. Yep, that one's alive. See her running around? He's got work to do down here, because I put him out here. There he is running around. He can hang out with his buddies now instead of being up here all alone. But he looked lonely up here. Let's see. Alright, this guy's done now. Put this one up here. Now I pretty much got that shelf full. And alright, I was looking around and I found one. I found a celery plant that has a little bit of the problem I had last year all over the place. This one back here. See how that's not looking so great there. I was having that all over the place last year. And that's the only one I could find, so that's, they were worse than that. Even that one was. That would have been last year. That would have been like one of my healthier plants. This year, it's the worst one. I'm doing a lot better. I think it's the soil quality. Okay, so it's time to add soil to these guys. I thought it'd be 2 weeks, and here's about 2 weeks. So this is the one here that gave me the idea of going ahead and letting them lay down, because see these little, right here, these little spots there. I bury that with, if I bury that with soil, that's going to shoot out. That's going to shoot up a little, it's going to look like a whole new plant coming up out of the ground. So stay tuned for that. That'll be about 2 weeks. That's my prediction. 2 weeks I'll have to, probably be like the last time I put more soil in it, because then it'll be to the top of the, I won't be able to put any more. I'm going to get to the top of the pot. But, so, this guy laying down here, this one gave me the idea, hey, I could get more coverage over the pot that way. I'm going to kind of like, this one here's got some nice little shoots ready to go. Just make sure I keep at least part of the plant above the, I mean, I probably could bury them all the way and they would just be fine, but just to be nice, I guess. I'll keep part of it. Maybe as an experiment, I'll bury one of them here and there, see what happens. That's what it's all about. Trying new things, experimenting with things. There's a couple more. I haven't seen any lately over here. Where were you hiding? You got some food over here, maybe. Hopefully they're hungry. I had seen another one. Oh, here's another one. There he is. He's running toward you. I'm gonna get that one. There it is. Not finding as many as I used to. 5 weeks. I think they only live a month, so this is 5 weeks ago I got these guys. What's that? And then I got this. This is done. I buried one here and I buried one here, so I think I'm gonna mark it. I think you can barely see that one a little bit. I laid down quite a few of them. I laid one down here. I think I laid down lay this one down, lay that one down. Try to spread things out. Yeah. So it was water. I like to water it before I do this and then water it afterward to kind of get the process going there. Not too much though. Get it, and you have to check. It's a good idea to check the bottom of this once in a while. See the water level there? That's not a problem where that is. But you need to keep an eye on that, because if the water level gets high enough to where it's if it gets high enough to where it reaches the hole, you're gonna have a problem with things becoming kind of stagnant, or it gets cut off like from the oxygen. You can't get the air. The roots need air, oxygen. You can look into that. You'll see information on that online. That's what happens when things get waterlogged. Anyway, there it goes. It's all watered in. 2 more weeks. We'll have a new one popping up here. The one and that one popping up over there. And probably a bunch of them along here. And some new ones popping up around here. Should be fun. I have fun doing this kind of stuff. I hope you guys enjoy this too. That's why I'm doing this. Because I'm just trying to share the experience I'm doing in here. I think that's it for the indoor garden update here. Don't have anything else left to do. I'm probably going to do an outdoor garden video later today, so if you want to check in on that one. So, yeah. You ASMR people, good night. Have a good, think positive thoughts. Be grateful for what you have, and healthy, your family and friends, and God bless. Have a good night.